Welcome to today's class. In this session, we are going to explore some common myths about the bottom of the pyramid market and the business landscape in emerging markets. So, these markets have immense potential and are often misunderstood. But before we understand the myths, let's take a moment to understand why the BOP market is so important that we are trying to understand it thoroughly. The bottom of the pyramid refers to the largest but often the most overlooked segment of the global market. The billions of people who live on low incomes in developing countries part of it. Many assume that the BOP market is a poor, underdeveloped sector, but in reality, these consumers present vast opportunities for businesses. Why? Because these markets are dynamic, rapidly evolving, and increasingly integrated into the global economy. Over the past few decades, these markets have witnessed significant changes with rising disposable incomes, a growing middle class and more access to technology and services. However, despite the economic progress, many myths still cloud perceptions of the BOP market. These myths hinder companies from truly understanding the potential and opportunities which are there with emerging markets. Let's see some of such myths. The number one myth, emerging markets are technologically backwards. A common misconception in the emerging markets are technologically backward, that they are stuck using outdated technologies while the rest of the world progresses. People often think that technology in this market is limited to old models of mobile phone or outdated computers or older technologies which are outdated in modern world. But is that really the case? Far from being behind, many emerging markets have adopted cutting edge technologies at a remarkable pace. The idea of leapfrogging, skipping over older technologies and moving directly to newer innovations is very common nowadays in BOP market. A great example is mobile technology, where several African nations, for instance, bypass the need for landline infrastructure entirely. Instead, they jumped straight to mobile phones, which not only revolutionized communication, but it also played a crucial role in mobile banking and e-commerce services. These markets are also early adopters of many new technologies that directly meet their specific needs, such as mobile money services, which are commonplace in many parts of Africa and Asia. So, while some may think these markets are technologically backward, the reality is that they are often at the forefront of adopting technology, which can align with their lifestyle and their economic conditions. The myth 2 is emerging market consumers won't pay premium for brands. That is another myth, is that consumer in emerging markets are solely focused on low cost products and they won't pay any premium for brands. The assumption is that these markets are all about affordability and brands that try to position themselves as premium will fail in such market. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While price sensitivity is certainly a very important factor in emerging markets, consumers here are just as brand conscious as those in developed markets. In fact, brand prestige can play a huge role in their purchase decisions. The desire to own and flaunt premium products is deeply ingrained in these markets, as consumers often associate certain brands with status and the success. The perception of quality, trust and social standing linked to premium brands drives consumers to make these purchases. Let's take example of India. Despite the growing middle class being cautious about spending, there is a noticeable shift towards premium brands across various sectors, from automobile to fashion and electronics. Even among middle class income consumers, products from brands like Apple, Mercedes Benz, and Nike are highly coveted, not just for their functionality, but for the social cachet they represent. Another myth, myth number 3, is emerging markets cannot afford technology purchases. Some believe that consumers in emerging markets simply can't afford technology products, especially high-end gadgets like smartphones, laptops or smartwatches. However, this belief overlook an very important factor: the expanding middle class in these regions. Emerging markets have seen a massive rise in disposable income over the past few decades. For example, countries like China, India and Brazil boast sizable growing middle class populations with increasing purchasing power. These consumers are no longer just dreaming of owning smartphones, but they are actively purchasing and using all the smartphones and all these technological products in their daily lives. Let's take China as an example. It is now the world's largest smartphone market, and the majority of urban consumers are able to afford high-end technology. Similarly, in India, the demand for affordable yet feature-rich smartphones has surged. Brands like Xiaomi, OnePlus and Realme have capitalized on this market by offering high quality products at very competitive prices, addressing both the desire for technology and the financial constraint of the average consumer. Moving to myth number 4, technology from mature market will succeed in emerging market. Another widespread myth is that technology from mature market will automatically succeed in emerging markets. While this may work in some of the cases, but it doesn't always translate well. So it is a myth. Emerging markets have their own unique needs and their own unique preferences that often differ significantly from mature markets. For technology to succeed in BOP market, it has to be tailored to local demands. Let's consider mobile phones once again. Brands like Nokia were highly successful in emerging markets because they took the time to understand local conditions. For example, their features phone in India came with a flashlight, an essential feature for rural areas that frequently face power cuts. Similarly, the ability to track individual calls or have multiple address books made these phones particularly useful in households where several family members shared one device. These custom features were designed with the local context in mind and made Nokia's phone highly relevant for Indian consumers. Let's see myth number 5, which says emerging market consumer focus on products and not on services. Finally, there is a myth that consumer in emerging markets care only about tangible product and not the services attached to it or totally different services. But in reality, this view completely ignores the growing demand for services in all such emerging markets. Emerging market consumers are not only looking for physical products, but in actual, they are increasingly seeking services that complement all these tangible products. Digital services such as e-commerce, mobile banking, entertainment, educational platforms have seen explosive growth in such areas. In fact, many people in these markets rely heavily on services that are accessed through mobile phones, often more than physical products. For instance, in Kenya, the mobile banking service M-Pesa, which we discussed multiple times, has transformed financial transaction for millions. And that was not a product, it was a service. So, especially in rural areas, it enables people to send money, pay bill and even access loan without needing a bank account or any physical infrastructure. So, services like M-Pesa have become a lifeline in such communities, which demonstrates the growing importance of services alongside the product for all BOP markets. So, to conclude all this myth, in summary, while there are several myths about the BOP market and emerging business, the truth is that these markets are dynamic, innovative and full of opportunities. They are not as underdeveloped or unsophisticated as often portrayed by developing nations, but rather vibrant and full of potential for businesses that can adapt to local needs. Consumers in emerging markets are increasingly tech savvy, brand conscious and ready to pay a premium for quality products and services that meet their needs. So, to succeed in these markets, businesses must focus on understanding local preferences, developing relevant product and services, and offering value that resonates with consumers. The BOP market is not one size fits all, but it's about recognizing the diversity of needs and crafting solutions that are tailored, practical as well as affordable. So that's all for today's session. Thank you for joining. I hope this helps you gain a deeper understanding of the BOP market and the immense potential it holds for all types of business. So that's all for today. Thank you.